This podcast contains adult content and adult language. In no way does this reflect the opinions of other contributors of Good Morning Gloucester or Homiecast. Your discretion is advised.
Good morning, Gloucester. Time for Alicia Unleashed. Talking about what's going on in these streets. Alicia Unleashed bitches.
Good morning, Gloucester. I did not expect that to happen. Good morning, Gloucester.
What did you expect to happen?
Unleashed. I don't know.
What did you do?
I thought that it was. I thought that it wasn't shaken up, but apparently it kind of was, and apparently everyone out there can hear that it kind of went everywhere, right? And that's how we are going to start our year 2018 recap. Actually,
It's just a shit show. It's just a shit show.
This podcast started exactly how our 2018 went. So I think it's very appropriate.
It's very appropriate.
That it really started off this way.
Super appropriate. I feel like 2018 started great.
I feel like
towards the middle of the year, that's where we took a turn.
Well, the second half of the year was definitely challenging.
Oh, for sure. Hey, it's B-Side and Alicia. Welcome to Alicia Unleashed episode 88. We did it! Fuck your face, Homiecast. We're still on episode 88. That's right.
Why did they think they were going to even get close to us?
They're on episode 24. So good!
I think it's cute that they think they're actually going to get even close to 88.
It's adorable.
Because they actually took them how many years to get to 24?
3 years.
Yeah. No shade, though. There's no shade over here.
A little shade.
No shade. A little shade. I just got my work notebook all done, so I can't really take that to work
you have
anymore.
like 4 pages left.
I know. I'm going to have to. But I saved yours, though.
That's fine. That's okay.
Really.
Those are past notes. It's fine.
Okay.
I got a new notebook for 2019. Don't worry.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, let's try this again. Welcome to Alicia Unleashed. 88. So, but first, let's talk jewelry.
What? Yeah, let's talk jewelry. Let's clear the air about your jewelry, or about jewelry. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So, on Christmas morning, I received a rose gold diamond ring in my stocking, and it's very interesting because I did put on my Facebook my Together Forever ring. I didn't technically. Cheers. I didn't really technically ever say I was engaged. Really, the only people I had to explain, yes, that it was an engagement was to my kids. Because they... it's really weird because society puts... Society puts labels. Society labels and whatever. And I think that getting... in your second half of your life, when I was already with somebody for 17 years, had kids, was married and divorced, and now my kids are in high school and college. I don't feel like I need to go down the, for government purposes, really, to be honest with you. For government purposes, I don't need the piece of paper for them to take all my money. They already do that with me being single, so never mind if I was married. So we are, in my eyes and in Peter's eyes, we're already past engagement if we would say we were married without a piece of paper. But that's what, that's where society puts you. So I did look up the definition of being engaged. Oops, sorry guys. Did look up that definition, and it does say, being committed, to somebody and whatnot. So anyway, so it was really funny when we were at the GMG party and everyone's like, congrats and everything.
Oh my God, congratulations. Where's your ring?
Yeah, it's being sized.
With this Let me say, Bridget got some feelings about that too.
Why?
Because it was just really funny because you sent me the photo. And then I saw the photo on Facebook, and in like 180 comments later, everyone's like, oh my God, congratulations. Oh my God, it's
Oh, you're the only one that noticed that it didn't fit.
No. There's a few people that messaged me and was like, is that on her first knuckle? I'm like, sure it is. It sure is. Also, and they're like, oh, so she's engaged. I'm like, let's just clarify. Alicia is not engaged. She is getting married in 11 years. Because for tax purposes and for her children's financial aid and Peter's children's financial aid, she's not getting married for 11 years. And people are like, but she hasn't said that. I'm like, she don't need to say that because it's Alicia. I'm like, don't worry, it's an Alicia Unleashed exclusive, and we'll talk about that on episode 88. So going into the GMG party, I was waiting because I know that Joey was going to do a podcast, and I was waiting for it because on the homie cast, they had brought it up. It was the first thing they talked about, by the way.
Right.
And I was like, we going to clarify this. Straight up, first thing we going to talk about.
Yeah.
The minute we get on this episode.
Yeah. So for those that, that will say, I mean, I guess if society says that if you have to, quote unquote, be engaged before you are married, and if that's how people want to classify it, then that's I
don't think you need to be engaged. Like, you could just run down to the courthouse and get married. But I will say... I will say this. If you're going to post a photo on social media, first of all, the ring was like... But
I wanted to take a picture and it didn't fit, and I didn't want to take a picture of a ring in a box. That's also
But
stupid.
You should also have just waited. Just wait.
I'm not getting that shit back until the middle of January.
Just wait then. Just wait. Because
But I love that ring.
I understand that. But, like, could have waited, because also it's like... Oh, you got engaged on Christmas. Oh, my God. And then it's like, Peter, it's Alicia. How long has she been talking about this ring? You didn't know how to get her sized? You didn't take her to the jewelry shop beforehand? Mm. I'm like, come on, man.
I haven't had my ring sized in 17 years.
Like, no shade, buddy. But, like, you've been going to the mall, bro. Like, take her. Put a fucking measuring tape on her drunk ass when she passed out. Fucking size that goddamn thing. The night that she was fucking Veronica, which we'll get to, because we gonna talk about Veronica, by the way. Fucking put her fucking measuring little piece of paper around her finger and get that goddamn thing sized. Like, seriously, bro? Like,
no.
And I talked about it, and he was adorable. But, like, the thing was, I didn't comment on it because I knew better, because everyone's like, oh my God, you're engaged, when's the wedding, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch.
You know who caught also? Hannah caught on. She's like, you didn't actually say you're engaged. I'm like, correct.
Right, exactly, because it's
but she got it.
Yeah, she got because we in the know, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. We also have been listening to you talk about it. I just want the ring.
Yeah.
I don't want to get married because I don't want to fuck up my kids' financial aid.
Yep.
I just want the ring.
Yep.
We listen. We smart people. We get it.
So, that's that. Well, I'll be getting that in the mid-January sometime. I haven't had my ring size in like forever and ever and ever, so I'm glad that he didn't try to guess or didn't do anything, because But yeah.
I think he just got the sample. Just like, that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're coming with generic size there, which was a 6.75, by the way. I thought at least it would have been a 7.5. Wouldn't that be more like...
I don't know anything about ring sizes.
Yeah, I know nothing about jewelry, so I'm just thinking
nothing.
maybe. So.
I got nothing.
So we always talk about celebrity deaths, and we don't want to ever forget. So the last celebrity death that happened in between...
Of significance, we'll say. Of significance. Because there's been some that, we're like, okay.
So Penny Marshall.
Yeah.
How did she die?
Great question.
She was only 75.
Yeah. I mean, old age.
Not old age. 75 is not old, you weirdo.
I mean, some people, I don't know, like...
Not old age.
Maybe
it was maybe she was sick, maybe she had a heart attack, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
But that was a sad one, because she didn't, look, old. She
had
working.
diabetes.
Oh, okay, so that'll kill you.
Yeah, I mean, she had diabetes, but, like, she... I feel like, a lot of women, thought, like, posted a lot of the League of Their Own, because that was, like, the first, like, directed, female enforced direction and whatnot. But, like, I also thought she was hysterical, and, with Laverne and Shirley and all that stuff, too.
Well, she's an icon. She did a lot more behind the scenes than
Oh,
she did.
yeah, for sure.
Than she did in. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, we had a great event this past weekend. We had the GMG party. This year was considered the first barbecue, which was out of this world. Like,
Absolutely.
Just fucking stupid. Like, if you really didn't think, if you know, for those, friends of the blog and for everybody, if you didn't come, you definitely missed out because it was ridiculous. With those, he had the 2 roasts. Roast.
And then he had the 3 rack of ribs.
Yep. And then they had the lobster fra diavolo. Then I brought a couple of sides. And then a lot of
queso dip.
Yep.
And queso dip. Was
that's very
bomb.
Famous queso dip, which I asked her one time what was in it, and she rattled off 25 things. I'm like, yeah, I'm just there's a lot that goes into that goddamn dip.
Yep.
So, we got to, a lot of the, regulars were there, but we got to meet someone new. So we got to meet Aurelia Nelson from
104.9
North
Shore Music radio station.
Yep.
Come to find out, you told me she is a secret listener.
Yeah, she listens.
Which
I think is hilarious. So she, Joey had introduced us, and she had said, "Oh, you're Alicia Unleashed," and I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I listen." I was like, "What?"
So
crazy.
Hi, Aurelia.
And we started talking about John Jerome, obviously, because he is just amazing.
Oh, that boy, that man.
So we need to see John getting more gigs, but he is this Thursday.
He's headed out to Newburyport Brewing Company.
Yep, 5 to 8, so it's an earlier show.
Yep,
and I believe it's not 21 plus because I'll be going with me and Peter will be going with the kids.
Yes.
So yeah, but you know what? I couldn't find him. Do they have food there?
I'm not entirely sure because the last time I went was during their anniversary and their reggae fest, and it was outside, so it was very child friendly. A lot of the breweries in Newburyport are child friendly.
But if there's no menu, you have dinner there.
I think you can also bring food in like that.
Well, that's not what I want to do.
I know you don't. But
so if they don't have, I tried to look. I looked on their site for food or menu, and there's nothing there.
If anything, it's going to be bar bites, if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, it might not be going, because
you can also message them on Facebook. I'm pretty sure today they probably won't be answering. They very much could be, because a lot of breweries are open today until 5.
Yeah.
I know Riverwalk is open until 5 today, but that's
why only until 5? Just because they don't do the festivities?
They don't want to pay their staff during a holiday and stuff like that, and also they want to just go home.
Yeah.
It's kind of considered a holiday-esque type of thing, and also closed tomorrow because it's New Year's Day.
Right.
That kind of thing. I know our Cornhole is affected tomorrow, so we're not playing tomorrow.
Right.
So there's that. So I don't know exactly how their other breweries are working or whatnot. So
right. I
don't know about that. But you can definitely message them. I'm sure their social media manager probably will still be on response and whatnot like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, definitely keep following him on Facebook. He's at John Jerome Music on Facebook. Does he have an Instagram?
He does have an Instagram. It's John Jerome Music on Instagram as well.
So you can really kind of follow him and see where he's going to be, because usually he's not in Gloucester in the winter months.
No, he had his last performance on 12/15 at the Rum Line, which was kind of a very eventful event for us as Alicia Unleashed.
Yeah,
I still have a bruise from that night. It's just finally clearing up on my inner thigh, but that's beside the point. So yeah, we had some shenanigans that night. So he said that was going to be his last performance on the island for a while. He was going to be off the island, so he's performing in Newburyport. And
we'll just watch out to see where he's going to be.
Yeah, you just got to keep close tabs, and we'll do our best to help promote him. Sometimes he drops. He's kind of like Beyonce, where he just drops hey, I'm going to be in this spot, and it's 30 minutes before he's going to be in this spot. So we're going to work on him. We're also going to aim to get him back on the podcast this year.
Yes, oh, absolutely. That's a must.
He also did say, and it could have been like after a few like Grey Gooses, that he was going to do a theme song for us. So.
Yes, he does. That's what he needs to do in his winter break. So
we'll work on that. Listen, you know how long it took me to get him to get Whitney on, so there's that.
He did say he would do some. He would do that for us. So that will be in our goals for 2019. So speaking of goals, I know. We've done this recap. Is this now 3 years? Is this now our third or fourth recap?
This is our, I think this is our fourth recap.
Okay, so this is our fourth recap, and every New Year's, recap, we will talk about what we try to manifest for our upcoming year. So we always talk about
the podcast, yeah,
right. So in shortly, we're going to talk about where we feel like what we think we want to happen in 2019. So let's talk about what we said about 2018. Funny. I mean, I don't know. We did get Alicia Luhu.
What's really funny is you were like, Alicia Luhu, we need to get Alicia Luhu on here. Come to find out, we did get Alicia Luhu on here, and her name is Alicia.
It's Alicia.
It's Alicia, and we got her on here twice.
We did.
We got her on here twice, before and after Iceland.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was only towed once.
Yes.
Yes, the first time she was on, she was towed from my street.
Yes.
Oh, this was another one we didn't do. Spirit Animal Cast.
Yeah, we didn't get that done.
Can we put that on for 2019?
We can manifest that for 2019.
Yeah, why not? I think that would be a really good one to do.
Let's work on that.
All right, let's work on that one.
All right.
This one, you or I have no idea what I was talking about.
I have no clue.
If it comes to me, I will talk about it, but I wanted to do a Valentine's Day initiative.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Apparently, that's all I said because I wanted it to be a surprise, and then I forgot. And I still have no idea what
you were in the middle of talking about it, and then you squirreled in that podcast.
Like I always do.
And then I don't know what exactly was happening, and I kind of was okay with it because at the time, but who knows what you were going to bring about for Valentine's Day.
Zero clue. So
cool.
I had no idea I even said that until you wrote it down. So apparently I have no clue. Oh, we say this almost every year. We didn't get to number 100.
You said this last year. You were like, I want to get to 100. And I was like, we can do this. And then...
How many did we do?
We're on episode 88. Do you not remember the introduction we just had?
I know. How many did we do this year?
Oh.
What was episode last year?
Oh, math is hard right now.
All right, well, we'll work on that.
Yeah, we didn't make it.
No, we did. Obviously, we didn't. We obviously didn't make it. We didn't make it. So we actually only have, after this, 11 more before we hit 100.
Yes.
So there's absolutely no reason that shouldn't happen. So we just gonna have to be scheduled.
Life kind of got us a little trippy. Kinda.
There was a lot of trippy.
There was a lot of trippy. There was a lot of things that... So we were... oh, motherfucker. Life kind of got in our way.
So we'll get there. So this year, 11 more. After this, 100. And then we'll have to talk about our most memorable guests. That's who will come on for our 100. Okay. Most memorable guest will come on for 100. And we'll have to... And it's going to be a loud one. That's all I got to say. Because
super loud.
Obviously, it's going to be loud.
So we did episode 72. So
we only did... We're both like, we did 11.
Yeah.
No, 72.
Jesus Christ. We only did 16. We only did 16 episodes this year.
Okay. Well, that's more than one a month.
Yeah.
When you really average it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there was a few bonus episodes in there and stuff like that too. Okay. So, yes.
And we try to put out there who we wanted to have on for guests for 2018, and It's really funny. The people who we wanted to be on, we didn't. And then we ended up having lots of new people, though, that we didn't even know.
But there were people that we had been hounding the year before that were like, we want you on the podcast. We want you on the podcast.
Who's Jessica, the 911 dispatcher?
She is my friend out of San Jose.
Yeah, she's the 911 dispatcher. Okay, so we still need to get her. That's going to be good.
I'll work on that.
We did get Dom and Annalise.
We did get Dom and Annalise. And funny enough, so when we get to the analytics, they actually come up on our analytics for our top guests or clicks or whatever.
For our Facebook page.
That's
funny.
Yes.
That's awesome. So we have to come up with goal guests for 2019. Mm-hmm. Jessica's one of them.
Yes. I still think we need to get Desmond or Aurora or both. My goal this year is to coincide with Joey from Good Morning Gloucester for the Bluefin Blowout, if possible, to get the Ipswich Bay Cornhole League guys to either come on before or during the Bluefin Blowout during their cornhole tournament if they're doing it this year.
Okay.
Because everyone I talk about when I talk about the Cornhole League is like, oh, were you part of it during the Bluefin Blowout? And I was like, no, I came in afterwards. But I think that these guys are gearing up for that again this year.
Oh, okay.
So if I can help them draw more people in, I really want to get them on board as well. And talk about it even during it as well, even getting some of the guys, some of the big guys to talk about it, because I do find it fascinating. It's a little nerdy. I do agree with that. Yes. Even Craig was like, oh my god, you're so ridiculous, I love you. But he's like,
Craig, speaking of Craig.
Yes. Whoa, we need to get Craig.
We need to get Craig on. We need to shout out to his...
BBQit.
Yep, we need to shout out to his new adventure that's happening. And we will post his Facebook page, which I think everything comes from YouTube from him.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll post... so it's BBQit, and it's all about Craig on... all his ridiculous smokers and grills and tips and tricks, and I think Peter's his biggest fan.
Yep.
Peter watches every single episode. He learns so much.
I don't blame him.
He loves watching it. So
the only problem is he posts during lunchtime or like right before my lunch, and I'm like, what
so
are
hungry.
you doing to me? Yeah, exactly. It's like, what? I think he posted on purpose at like 11:15 in the morning. So I'm like, why are you doing that?
So hopefully he'll be picked up. I mean, that would be great. And there's no reason why he should be picked up by somebody, and have his own show. So that was something in 2018 that he started, and it's absolutely amazing. We will post that, and that means we need to get him on the podcast for this year. I would love to see Pure Ave, the band Pure Ave, come in this year.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. My friends at Call of Booty wanted to have us come out. And
who's that?
They are a 90s cover band.
Get out.
Yeah, they do 90s
Where do they
hip-hop.
Get out.
They play at the Middle East in Cambridge.
Really?
And they do shows, and my friend Vanessa, she's also a DJ, and she does 90s. She's particular into 90s jams. Right. She said that anytime we wanted to come out and see them practice and wanted to do an interview, we are more than welcome to.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they live in Burlington and stuff like that, so we can go do that.
Yeah.
So all right, I'm gonna put this as our show notes so that we manifest this.
Okay.
Because we like to manifest. So we're not going to yoga tonight. So we're gonna
manifest this.
We're gonna manifest this. And this way I can also look at this next year and be like, shit, we didn't do this. It's fine.
No, we need to. We need to.
Okay.
Any other guests that any guests who want to come back? We know John Jerome's going to be coming back.
We know John Jerome's going to come back.
Spirit Animals, that might...
I got them on the list.
That might be, there might be people in there that have already come on.
Yeah.
I would love to see Christina come back.
Yeah, because she's going to be having a baby.
I know.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be exciting. I would love to see her come back. And then also...
Oh, you know what? I already have us lined up for the Fiesta cast.
Shit. I'm scared.
Are you ready?
No, I'm scared.
Are you ready?
What?
I got the hat ladies coming.
Oh, yeah.
I got the hat sisters.
I forgot
I lined that up.
Clayton
Yes, I got Amy and Robin.
Wow.
I got Amy and Robin coming on board.
That's gonna be a loud and fun one.
It's gonna be.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if we did Samo with them?
Oh my god!
And Sam, how loud that one would be?
Oh man!
You know what I would like this year?
What would you like this year?
Let's manifest this. I would like headphones. Does that or a different microphone where we actually sound like we don't have the background noise?
So that's a little tricky, but I can work.
You did look into that at one point.
I did.
Right?
I did work with my tech guru about that. We are in an open space because we are recording for I think
this place isn't so bad as the other one. The other one. Bad.
I think for the second time. We are recording in Patisha's home. Mm-hmm. And so we could do headphones. The only thing is that when we have more than one other guest, it becomes a little tricky. Oh, and I would have to do a soundboard and stuff like that. It's, it becomes a little trickier and a little more advanced, which we could do. But I think we would have to be continuing recording. Actually, the guys from Winner Circle is starting their own podcast, and they just got a new blue mic that takes out some of the sound.
Wow, really?
It's the same kind of it's the same company as this. I can look into that microphone. I can listen to how their sound is when they record with tournaments going on behind them and see how
that would be a good one.
See how their audio works.
Yeah.
And if that's something that we want to invest in, we can look into that versus what we have going for us right now.
Right. Okay.
That would work. Okay. So right now, when it's just you and I and one other person, it kind of works when your pups are behaving very well for us today.
Thank God.
I don't know what Xanax you gave them, but thankful for that.
Okay.
So we're doing that. I spoke too soon.
You put that out there.
I did.
You did. You put that out there.
I mean, can I manifest something fucking positive? God damn.
Yes.
I know.
So 2018 was a lot of changes. I think that we didn't talk about a lot of the changes. I mean, we did say when we went on the podcast with the maternity. What was her name? Jessica. Well, it threw me off because it said Jessica here. No, but I'm like, but okay.
No, when we did with the NICU nurse.
Yes, with the NICU nurse, we did say we're going on hiatus, and that was because I was moving.
And we didn't address. We didn't actually address that. We fully just said we're going on hiatus, and that's it. Right. And we didn't even address it at Thanksgiving either. We just were like, hey, we're back.
Right. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, so I really, schedules get crazy and things get hectic. I went back to school this past semester. I took 4 classes. My work also took a lot of my time. I have a lot of newness at my work this year. My mother is battling breast cancer, so that that's still going to continue.
Which is something you never addressed on the podcast or in social media.
Or in real life.
Yes. Yeah. You only addressed it with people that are in your inner circle.
Right. I feel like we're so far into it now. I mean, she was diagnosed in August. Her surgery, whatever we decide, is not even going to be until late January. So it is. It's a very long process. So anyway, that was all in just the second half of the year. And it's really funny, after we said we're going to hiatus, that's when all hell broke loose. So I think now, I think if one of my personal 2019 goals is to, I've got to be more organized. I have to be more focused professionally. And I have a lot going on, obviously with my mom, but, wanting to like concerts or, we're going to go to Burlington, Vermont, right? So
yes,
yeah.
we are.
So, stuff like that. So I have to be I'm still going to school. I'm still taking this semester, coming up 3 classes. So I need to learn to be more scheduled. So I'm able to fit in these 12 podcasts so we can hit 100 and keep going in the direction that we've been going. Because obviously, you obviously know, if you listen to episode 1 of Alicia Unleashed compared to right now today, it's night and day. It's not even the same.
Completely. But the thing is, that's the part with podcasts. If you follow a podcast from the beginning towards the very end, you clearly hear format changes. You hear how, feedback is received and whatnot. And,
right.
I think even from episode 1 into episode 5, when I came on board, you can hear obviously changes. And when I became more of a
producer,
more of a staple in your thing, obviously your format changed, which, people have said before and whatnot.
Right.
And the content also changed. We went
completely
we went
different.
from just bitching about like X, Y, and Z and this, that, and whatnot,
right.
and like donut gyms being shitty and blah blah blah, or the person at the window just being an asshole, like to like getting to know people in different aspects of people's lives and stuff like that. So
right.
I helped kind of take you in a different direction,
right.
I think.
Well, you listen to podcasts, and
I do.
That's one thing that you do, and so
but I'm
more of what's trending. How are people putting their podcast together? How are they doing their show notes?
But I'm also a very curious person, and also the thing is, like, it's one thing to bring someone on board from the island and do an interview or like ask them questions about their job. It's another thing to ask them questions that no one's possibly asked them before.
Right.
Like certain things like having a NICU nurse on.
Right.
It's like no one really talks to them about what they take home at the end of the day and stuff like that.
Right.
Or same thing with like, our Zumba instructor, Erin,
amazing.
Amazing. What it takes to go through all of that.
And then when we found out what she actually, like, all the shit that she did when we had her on here, and I'm like, what? You do what?
Exactly.
You do all that? Did not know that.
That's the thing. It's like unless you just go into class, you just see her for that 1 hour and that's it. Like, you wouldn't know what other hustles she's got going on.
Right.
That kind of stuff. And once again, they were awarded Best Wedding Hair and Makeup, again, for 2018.
Wow.
From The Knot.
Awesome.
Or from North Shore Magazine. So you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff. So it's all these little things. And it's also people that are our age or younger.
Right.
That's another thing that's fascinating about some of these people is like they're our age,
right,
accomplishing these things.
Yeah.
And you never know what someone's going to say, what their message might go out to someone else that might need to hear that.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yep.
I know that listening to last year's episode kind of was
last year's year end?
Yeah. It was brutal.
I know, you're really good like that. You actually listen. You actually do the homework and you actually listen.
Coming into this year's episode, coming into this week's episode, yes. I mean, I've been going through some shit and I still listened to last year's episode and I was like, oh Christ. Last year I was going into it like, going into 2018, like, I got this and I got this, and I was like, and my birthday's coming up, and blah, 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 and I got a man, and I got a therapist now.
That's good. Everyone should have one. I always say, you should always have a therapist. Even healthy people go to therapy.
In 2018, I struggled with some mental health issues. It's still a struggle today.
But that's why you have a therapist.
Yep.
And that's why and you have the best therapist around.
I sure do.
Listen, if she can fix me, hell, she's awesome. No, she is amazing. She is amazing.
So there's that.
So what positive 2018 moments did you have?
I will say between out of positive months, I will say between August and October were positive. There's that. There's some points of the year that were more positive than others. It's kind of tough when you're in a dark place.
Yeah. But it's all about, and that, like I said, the first step is going to therapy and talking it through, but it's also how you deal with those situations. So you deal with them in a positive light. You need to give out positive to get positive.
Yeah, well, it's a little tough for me.
Yeah, but it's why you're taking the appropriate steps. So
that is true.
2019, you have a lot to look forward to. no year is ever going to be perfect. There's no year you're ever not going to have negative shit happen, but it's going to be how you deal with it.
I'm not looking for positivity, perfection or anything. I'm just looking for, not to have a shit show.
Shit shows are always going to happen.
I mean, I don't need to end the year or start the year with this much stress and anxiety where I'm like, am I having a heart attack? Am I about to have a heart attack? Because I'm about to go into this year, am I having a coronary? I'm not sure. I became a homeowner this year. And as I say that, I forgot I need to call the home inspector. Fucking adulting. Merry Christmas to me. I had to pay for home insurance. There's that. I have some things coming up in 2019 that I'm looking forward to. You gave me for Christmas an experience versus something materialistic. Mm-hmm. You're giving me the experience of finally me going to fucking Vermont, because I've had several men that are like, oh, I'll take you to Vermont, and then they've never been around, so go fuck your faces. So you're taking me to Vermont.
Yeah, we're going to Burlington, Vermont. Not just anywhere in Vermont.
So you're taking me to Vermont right after I come back from New Orleans,
which is a place I've always wanted to go.
Which is also on my bucket list.
That's awesome.
So on top of that,
I think it's really funny that you had Burlington, Vermont, and New Orleans on your bucket list.
A week apart. I'm literally coming back from New Orleans and then going to Vermont.
That's so funny.
And then I am heading out to California for a friend's wedding. And then right after that, my friend Lee's daughter's getting married.
A week
right after that.
Wow.
And then I head back out to California in October for a prison release party.
You're going to California twice this year?
Yes, I am.
Holy shit.
I got a prison release party to go to.
I actually would love to go to that and meet him. I've heard so much about you.
Yeah. So then I go back to California in May for his wedding the next year.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So
yeah, we have to be very scheduled this year between your traveling and my traveling.
Yes.
So I'm going to Vegas.
Well, we have a Google Calendar that you never look at. So
no, I actually have a Google Calendar that I created for my children that I never use or look at.
Yeah, my mom doesn't look at our family calendar either. So I also have a personal paper day calendar.
I do too.
Also used to.
Yeah. I do a lot of that.
Maybe you should set yourself a goal for a first week to kind of track that stuff down and write it all down and just start working on that. Maybe just a few days here and there. Just look at it every few days. And then
I have to, but I forget to look at it.
Well, just set yourself a calendar reminder in your phone.
You got a fancy phone.
I gotta look at a day planner.
I gotta set a calendar reminder.
I know you're gonna ignore
in my smartphone to tell me to look at my paper calendar.
I know you're gonna ignore that notification after a while. Be like, fuck this. I know that it's gonna happen, but eventually you'll get there. I'm that type of person because I also have started to forget things, and I'm like, oh shit.
When I have a lot going on, I tend to forget.
Yeah.
So, it's
I totally agree.
I go on overload, and I'm just like, what?
I can't remember which tournament I'm supposed to be at, which tournament.
Oh, you have a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
So, you have in front of you
Yes.
Our 2018
Facebook analytics.
Facebook analytics. When did you create the you created the Facebook account this year?
I did.
What do you know when?
I did, I started it in the summer.
Okay, so this is just our second half of our year.
Yes, because I remember I did a presentation to you and was like, please let me do this Facebook account. You don't have to do anything, just let me do this.
Right.
Please, please, please. And then you were like, okay. And I was like, okay, great. Thank you very much. And then I started uploading like our photos, and I was like, to be continued, under construction, and all that stuff. And that's where I feed into all of our other stuff, like all of our posts, our teasers, which was also a great thing this year. A lot of our videos, some posts that are just like, oh my God, please kill me, and stuff like that. So I started this maybe, and it was obviously before you moved, so it was probably last summer.
Yeah. Early though, probably.
It was.
Like June.
I think it was probably, if not June, like maybe May of last year.
Well, John was definite. When did John come on?
So
because it was definitely up and running for John.
Absolutely.
So it might have been May or June.
It was definitely before that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So you have our top what?
I have our top analytics for how many views or how many people have reached, how many people it's reached, and how many clicks have happened for certain posts.
Wow.
And this is based on just our podcast posts and one teaser and one video that is just like a video. So, are you ready for this?
I am ready. I'm excited because I have no idea what you're going to say.
So, I mean, we've gotten analytics from Bossman from Good Morning Gloucester about how many clicks he's received.
Yeah, and he still has said to date, Alicia Unleashed, John Jerome was
on the Good Morning Gloucester
page was the most that we've seen for Alicia Unleashed.
Right.
Yes, so we do know that, and that still holds true right now until other things are happen or whatever. But.
Right. So okay. So for us on our podcast post, so the podcast that I did without you, which was
the
Mo Bros.
Yes, that one was popular.
We had reached. So funny enough, actually, we reached 741 people with that. We had 96 clicks.
Wow.
And 39 reactions to that post.
Wow.
So that came in as number 1. Number 2 was DJ Sue's.
Oh.
With 333 reached and 54 clicks.
Wow.
Number 3 was Cape Ann Sup with 630 reached and 73 clicks. Number 4 was the Fiesta Cast with Samo and Sam.
Oh.
At 543 reached, 128 clicks.
What?
36 reactions.
Wow.
Now get this. The teaser for Samo.
Yes.
Was 522 reached, 203 clicks.
Wow.
58 reactions.
Holy shit, that was just the teaser.
That was just the teaser.
That's awesome.
By the way, I started the Facebook page on February 26, 2018.
Oh, wow. So almost a year.
Yes.
So it was almost the whole entire 2018.
So number 6 was Aaron Vedelashquish.
Yep.
And that was 498 reached and 47 clicks and 22 reactions.
And the one thing about all those people that they have in common is they all have followers.
Yes.
They all have people
that are like, what's happening?
Want to know what they're doing. They want to know what they're up to. They want to share all their stories. And that is the reason we do what we do.
So get this. So John Jerome's 12:15 video of Whitney Houston's cover, I Want to Dance with Somebody, reached 242 people, 80 clicks.
Wow.
His episode reached 153 people and only 63 clicks.
Well, it's really funny because even though John might have been lower on us,
the Facebook,
on
right.
the Facebook
but
page,
on
but
Good
on Good Morning Gloucester,
because he talks about it at his shows.
Yes, he talks a lot about Good Morning Gloucester at his shows. Yep.
So those are the analytics for 2018.
Awesome. So I'm really excited to see. So now in 2019, it's probably just gonna blow up.
Right.
It's awesome.
Because, I mean, we have enough people that talk about it and stuff like that. So
we do have to get more likes. So people, secret listeners out there, you have to like our Alicia Unleashed page.
And we promise that we don't put like dumb. I mean, sometimes it's dumb, but I mean, let's be real.
Informative things are very informative. They're funny. We
don't do so many. We only have 53 likes. Rude, people. Rude.
Well, we have 116 people that like the page.
Do we?
Yes. Because when I went on the other day, I came across, still trying to figure out how to look at everything, but we have 116 likes.
I'm not going to tell you how many people we reached for the damn fucking most eligible bachelor fucking post.
That one was our top of December.
Oh my God, I know.
That one was crazy.
I know it. I know.
So that's exciting. So we need, secret listeners, because I know we're listening right now, you need to go on Facebook, search Alicia Unleashed, and you need to like the page. On top of
just like the page.
You need to like it, and then, you know what you could do?
We don't post often.
You can share it. Then share it to your people. And then those people will share it to their people, and that is how you make a page go viral. You know what we could also do? This is also how you gain organic followers. So we can always do a contest. Whoever shares the most and whatever
gets to become a guest on the Alicia Unleashed podcast.
Could do that. I think that's what we need to do. That's what I did with Mamie's Kitchen. I had 1,200 organic followers, and for those who don't understand what they're organic followers, they're not just people that follow you for no reason. There's a purpose. They follow you because they like to listen, or for the restaurant, they like to go there. They were truly engaged. Organic. I don't give a shit. I don't want 10,000. I don't want all those celebrities that buy their followers. All those people who want to look really cool and get 10,000 followers. I don't, that's not what we're about. We want people organically to listen to us, to learn about everything, and to get us out there. When I would love, I know we're on iTunes with Good Morning Gloucester, but I would love to get out there and ask Alexa, Alexa. If I say her name, she's gonna
wake up.
She's gonna wake up.
Sure is.
To play Alicia Unleashed podcast, and then her not to say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we have 116 likes as of today. Yeah.
So, secret listeners, get on there. Alicia Unleashed, Facebook, like us, and we need to change our pitch. My glasses are crooked in that picture.
Well, you were on the verge of Veronica.
Yeah, we need that. It was a good picture of my. You know what you need to go back to?
That was only for the holiday photo.
I really love that picture of when we were at my birthday that time. That was a really good picture.
So I'm working with someone on getting a logo for us.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
A logo for us.
Okay.
That's all.
What was your thoughts on the logo?
It was going to be a caricature of us.
Oh, that's cute!
With a microphone.
That's cute.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
I think that's cute.
Yes.
That's cute.
I'm working on it. 2019 goals.
So here we go. So 2019 goals. We already talked about who we want to have on for 2019. We already said we want to reach 100. We already talked about, manifesting what we need for what we want for 2019. Anything else we want to look forward to for 2019?
Personally, because we've also done personal goals.
Yeah, we can do personal goals.
I'm not personally there yet.
How about to be positive? Put out positive, get positive back. And I know it's harder to speak and to think positive when you're in a dark place, but sometimes that can help you get out of it. So you put out negative, you get negative. So trying to...
I was in a positive place last year at this time.
Yeah, but you don't need a man to be positive.
I wasn't in that spot. I was just in a good space, but like I've got more anxieties coming through this year with more health issues than anything.
Well, not only that, you have to be an adult with the house.
And not only that, but like
stuff. That stuff's very stressful.
There's new health issues with my mother.
Oh, right.
There's new symptoms, new things that I was not prepared for.
Right.
That have changed.
Speaking of,
yes.
Wait, speaking of, in 2018, you were supposed to get together with Jen Holgram, the city councilor, and Anna Benedetto about having...
We are still working on that.
Okay. So that's still in the works?
There was some things that obviously came up in Jen's life and my life that...
Okay, but that's still something. Can you just remind the listeners what that was?
Yeah, we didn't necessarily...
We went into it.
We went into it a little bit with Anna's episode in the summer. We've been working behind the curtain on some things and doing some workshops and trying to get some things together for people that are our age in preparing them for when parents get sick.
And by the way, we're in our late 30s.
Right.
Okay, how about mid to late 30s? We're not 40s, we're not 50s. We're not. This is not later in life. This is smack dead in the middle of your.
It's going to be open to all ages because even people who we know, friends of ours that are also in their now 50s or 49, are also having to deal with parents that have passed that didn't realize all the troubles that they would go through,
right?
With parents that are passing,
right?
And didn't know certain things and certain aspects of things. One thing that I learned this year from my aunt passing this past summer is that pretty much all the cemeteries are full.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a plot or your parents don't have a plot, good luck.
Well, I think more and more people are getting away from cemeteries now.
But the thing is that if you don't know that,
right,
and you're a young person,
right,
you may be like, oh, well, it's fine, we'll just bury them, and not paying attention to that kind of stuff. If you're kind of blissfully ignorant about that kind of thing, you may be like, oh, it's fine, we'll just bury them, and then be like, oh, no can't do that, like that kind of thing.
And if you have a plot, you can bury, I think, like 2 to 3 coffins on top of one of each other. But if you cremate, you can fit 10 urns. So it also, a lot of people, I think, more or less are going cremation because it's cheaper and space.
It's also still very expensive to do all of that.
Very expensive.
So you gotta start, like, you don't want to be an alarmist. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, and that's part of the reason why I go to therapy, because I panic about that kind of stuff.
Well, because it's real.
Yes.
Right.
It's very much real.
And something like this, I've never heard of in general, and never mind in Gloucester. We've never had anything like this. So to have a workshop that actually talks about what to expect, or, how we don't know.
Right.
If I woke up tomorrow and my mom passed, what the fuck do I do? No one prepares you for that, because why? Nobody wants to talk about it.
So it's very complex, and we're working on it. We're talking about it.
I would love to see that come to fruition in 2019.
It's something that we're talking about. It's a very textured, layered,
I'm sure,
situation. So we also want to make sure that we have everything kind of lined up. And there was some situations that came up in everyone's lives that kind of threw us all for a loop, so that we kind of had to take a break from meeting. Yeah. And so I have been in communication with Jen in regards to that, saying, hey, I know that the year kind of got away from us.
Right, but I would
really like to meet up again in 2019.
I think that'd be amazing. And I can't wait to go to that, because, everything that was happening with my mom, we don't, I don't know. And people don't, like I said, people don't want to talk about it.
And that's the thing too. And it's one of those things where you obviously can't anticipate any of it either.
No.
But the thing is, having that information even in the back of your head is better than having no information at all.
Right. Talia said, "Do you still want an Irish wake?" I said, "Yep."
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, with my mother's last health issues, there were new things that came about where I was like, no, we didn't discuss that. And she was like, yeah, no, we did. I'm like, no, we didn't.
Yeah, so just being prepared for it, being prepared for anything.
Yeah, it's kind of, and it's one of those things where also I found out this round that paperwork that the nursing home and the hospital had were also incorrect information.
Yep, you need to check everything.
It's like, it just...
You really need to double check everything. Don't assume that anything is correct or they getting anything correct.
Exactly.
Or don't assume your mother's doing anything correct. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have to triple check everything my mother does.
Right.
And that should be for anybody, whether it be for us, not just our parents, but you just don't know. Sometimes if you're not in the right frame of mind, you're not.
So there's a lot of things that I would like to have go forward. There was a lot of interruptions in my life this year. In the last 4 or 5 months of the year, I'll say that.
Right there with you. So,
God.
All right. So 2019 is going to be a very positive year. It's going to be a good year. And manifest. You live the life you create. So make it a good one. Do more yoga. Do more yoga. Erin McKay bought Treetop Yoga this year, which I thought was amazing. And the McKays, they're and their 10 children. They moved here from Boston many years ago. They loved it here, and I'm so excited that that Erin bought Treetop. Bummed that I loved when we had our New Year's Treetop. We went a couple years ago, and I really loved that. But sometimes with timing and dinner, it's not always going to work. But
right.
But yeah, so that was something new in 2018. So I'm very excited for Erin and family, and it looks like that Treetop is still doing amazing, and she's bringing it forward and integrating more children, more children workshops with yoga, because she does have like 20 children.
So let me ask you, out of all of the guests that we had this year, which we've done a photo collage for our cover for this episode, which were one of your favorite guests that you had this year?
I would say Jessica, the NICU nurse, was very fascinating because I never knew what went into that. Mm-hmm. And then I think having John was fun. Mm-hmm. Because I've known John my whole life, right? So that was fun, getting to know him. Yeah, and I think I loved everybody, but I would say those are my top.
I want to say that the Mo Bros were probably one of my more fascinating guests.
Yeah,
I know you weren't there for it, and it probably because I knew them 19 years ago.
That's so funny.
So knowing them 19 years ago and seeing where they are now, and I will say, and I even said it in the episode, like listening to Jeff talk about, having to put certain emotions away and like bottling that and not having to talk about it, and how seeing men like passing away and stuff like that because they can't handle their emotions and whatnot, and now being able to talk about it was huge. It's a huge thing because he is, it's one of those things when you see him walking down the street, he's this big muscular dude, and it's like, you think about like all this masculinity and all that stuff. I thought it was huge, and especially Tom being a fireman and Ben and all that stuff. I thought that their episode was very eye-opening. I thought it was fantastic. Like, I was still, like, even afterwards, I was so blown away that, like, they were even able to sit down with me. I was like, I can't believe we actually did this. This was so fantastic.
It was very well received. It was a very positive and very well received podcast.
Even when I showed up at Riverwalk afterwards to their closing party, and they were like, oh, this is the girl that did the interview. There were people like, that was such a great interview. And I was like, really? Because I flubbed through that whole damn thing. I'm like, I don't even understand how I even got through that thing. I'm like, usually I have a host that does this. I just sit there and ask questions that she may not have asked. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how she does it. I'm like, I'm the one that writes the goddamn questions. I don't even understand. But I think all of our guests were fantastic this year. Like Hannah, we had Hannah on.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That
was a fun one.
We got to have her back on when she writes her second book.
Yep.
I know that Christina, depending on what happens with her little lady, I know that she was in the process of writing a book.
Oh, so, awesome.
In the process of her
Is it called The Positive Side Effects?
Something that has to do with a memoir about her mom and how she took care of her mom in her mom's last few months, final months and stuff like that. So I don't know where that will be but, I'm sure we can get her on. Oh, now you're going to come over here, huh? So we'll see. But yeah, I know that there was talks about us joining with the Homie Cast. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I don't know. Considering, we've had a few episodes
we'll see about that.
We've had a few episodes disappear, or like one episode that we were asked to take down, which, in honor of our guest, we did. We thought it was a brilliant episode. We thought it was really informative, but unfortunately it didn't work out.
It's okay, there's a lot of episodes that go missing. Just like episode 25. Our episode 25 is gone.
Yes.
There are a couple of our episodes that we have.
There's episode 312 from another certain podcast that disappeared.
So, there's a lot of that.
There's that.
All right. So, on that note, we are going to... How many minutes is it?
We are now at 101.
Really?
We are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Well, Happy New Year. Here's to 2019. Peace out.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, next.